the mindset of the black man and the black woman, and where it is today, and how far do we come. I am bottom to the top, and I'm just trying to touch bases here on this morning on this topic. Um, this topic is something that needs to be said, that this type of mindset, this blue pill mindset, has to stop. We are arguing and arguing among things that are not even relevant in the black community. And for those that don't know what the black community is, it's not just a community that is surrounded by black people, but the community that lives in the United States as a whole. So no matter where you're from, if you live on the streets or you live in a mansion, this also includes the 1% that somehow made it out of this nonsense or this hierarchy that's been plagued through us. We have been bamboozled. And I wasn't born in a time where people were screaming, "I'm black and I'm proud, say it loud." And when you hear someone say that, I mean, what does that do to the children or the family structure? The mindset of black men and black women are weak. The black man is too emotional. The black woman is too emotional. You need to have logical conversations, not about the problems in the community. The problems in the community it's a product of their environment. The product of an environment that is mainly consists of people that are weak-minded. Weak-minded people. And I was on a chat today, which was really good conversation, trying to lay out the foundations of what's some of the problems and how can we combat that, and what kind of system will we have if we were out on our own with economics is concerned. Who's going to be who are the leaders going to be? The topics were real, and one of them posed the question of racism. Now, I posed a question to them. I said, racism is only meant for weak people. If you have a strong mind, you cannot be affected by racism. That is a fact. And if you go through history, you can see that those that can think on their own are either going to be killed or they're going to be removed from the general population. This is why you always have these negative impacts that are portrayed in the black community. They can look at rappers portraying women in a despicable manner, displaying themselves in a despicable manner. My brother called me up the other day and he said, "You know what? I am done with rap music. I'm done with it. It serves no purpose." Some of the things that we allow that goes out in the atmosphere, either online or social media or on television, we just let it stand. When you're always a victim, you will always continue to eat the scraps. The mindset of the black man and the black woman is broken. And I'm about to give up myself. I mean, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. Because this is weak-minded people. Individually, we're smart. But collectively, as a whole, black community means every black individual in the United States. How much wealth have we accumulated over all the years we've been here in America? America was founded with us in it. Oh, and speak of America being founded, what was America founded on? It was founded on a lie. They cheated and they stole. Listen, everyone. I'm just an average brother. No educational background. Just average. Just a normal person that's able to think. America has never created anything. Oh, well, there is one thing they created. They created the perception that they are great and everyone should trust them. And that's what they call white supremacy. The mindset of black men and black women is dependent on this system that is used to break down the black male and the black women and the children that follow them. But only thing we can do is fight amongst each other. This is the death of the black community. But we have to wake up every day and scream, "I'm black and I'm proud," say it loud. You guys are killing the black community. Some of the things that the black people can do together is start understanding the basic needs and the basic structure of survival. Food, clothing, water, housing, electricity, transportation, communication. With those areas, you can develop a plan and a structure that is self-sufficient, that is self-sustaining. There are plenty of people that are going to be in the agriculture industry. Do you know how to make clothes? Everything that I just described, it was something that our ancestors did that helped make America great. But we're allowing people that are immigrants come take our jobs. We're allowing other people to basically demoralize us in front of everyone. And most importantly, we have a system in place that we always go to for help. And after all these years, you think they're going to do something about it. That is the mindset of black men and black women. Get into politics. Get into crooked politicians. That is only going to serve the majority. Everything that this country has done was to serve the majority. Legalizing marijuana. At what point do we wake up and say, listen, we need to stop messing with them? But forget, let's not unite because, it's just everyone's mindset. Look, we're all in the same boat. I'm traumatized by what I see every day too. Because it indirectly affects us. We might think that we're not affected by this stuff, but indirectly we are. Because I'm to a point right now when I see a police officer get shot and killed, I don't care. I don't care about Blue Lives Matter. I don't care. Because I know they have taken so much from an innocent black brother or black sister or black child. You see how indirectly you're affected by that? So every time they show a degrading picture of a black man and black woman, that's how we're going to view those people. That's how I'm going to view myself. You see why people are bleaching their skin? Because they hate themselves. That is the mindset of black men and black women. We are weak. And that is the reason why a bully can pick on you. A bully cannot pick on you if you're strong. The bully picks his or her battles, and you can see it all the time. What do we have to lose? Now, I'm getting on YouTube, and I'm talking about the Willie Lynch letter, Making of a Slave. I'm getting on YouTube trying to unite black men and black women together and understand that there's a common enemy out there. And the enemy is ourselves. That is the number one primary objective. Our enemy is ourselves. And then once we stop fighting amongst ourselves, the real enemy would appear. And it does not look like you and I. If you want to use money as a currency as a whole in the black community, that's everyone. Are you competing with just the Walton family alone? Just one family. The Walton family generates billions of dollars, each one. Go look up the Forbes top 500 people, 100 people. And you'll find all the Walton people, all the Mars people. You will find everyone from Chevron to, you will find them. And I would be extremely upset for people that said blacks don't have no power or they won't have an economy. But they're digging up fossils, and it shows that we have been here for way longer than anyone else. As of right now, the skeletons, the structures, it was of African descent. People that look like you and I. You don't need this system to live. This is something that needs to be done. Some of the basics, once again: food, clothing, water, shelter, housing, medical. We even talked about the education system. I mean, quite frankly, when you're dealing with this type of system, the parents are working their butts off. So what are the kids doing? They're going into the school system. And you talk about school to prison pipeline. Why are people talking about that? Because it's real. Now you might get out of the hood, or you might get into you might have a nice paying job, and you're raising your family and you're teaching them the structural values. But the average person, they're hitting the corporate ceiling. They are getting fired. So when you hear sayings are, black people are the first to get fired and last to get hired, it's true. A person can send out 1 million resumes because they don't know anyone. They're trying to believe into this system that has been systematically oppresses them on a day-to-day basis. But you should not give up. You should keep going. And I don't see that as being lazy. I don't see that as not having power. If you can spend $100 on sneakers, you guys are getting played. We're all getting played. But this mindset, this black man versus the black woman mindset, how many people really do understand the concept of the red pill? This is to me, having the red pill, actually digesting the red pill, I'm living in a twilight zone. The Planet of the Apes movie, it's insulting. If you digest the red pill, Planet of the Apes is insulting. I see Planet of the Apes as black people. That's the truth. Because at some point in time, you have to say enough is enough and start rising up as a people. And stop looking at each other as the enemy. And dependent on someone that doesn't give a hoot about what happens to you, if you live or die, if you die in poverty, or if it, they put out sicknesses out there just to see how it reacts. They're testing it on people, biological weapons. Who do you think they're testing it on? They only test that stuff on the weak. And if you keep acting like you're weak, you're going to still be a victim. And that's the mindset. I don't know what more I can say to understand that the biggest enemy is ourselves. And if we stop fighting amongst ourselves for just 1 second, you will see that there's a bigger enemy at play here. An enemy that utilizes your resources, that puts you in prison just so they can get free labor out of you. black people's mindset is so destructive. Just being an average brother, I see more harm done to me by the person that looks like me than anyone I can ever imagine. So to cry over racism or any other excuse is unacceptable when our mind has been altered. Our mind is altered by what we see, what we eat, what we drink, what we hear. And at some point, you have to take back your mind, no matter how jacked up it is. You have daddy or mommy issues? Yes, but you're an adult now. Grow up. Become a woman. Become a man. Men are crying like women. I can't believe it. Like, there are so many emotional men out there. There are too many. The women are not dependent on the black male, which goes against any family structure in a household. Caring and nurturing is natural for a woman. So when you destroy the black man, you're going to be dependent from someone else. America is only a pimp. What does a pimp do? The only difference between being an American pimp and a regular pimp is that the pimp that looks like you and I are going to go to jail for pimping and pandering. But the huge pimp that makes you addicted to pharmaceutical drugs or nicotine is living up laughing at us. They're pimps. They always have been pimps. They never created anything. But they're pimping you out. They're pimping out our children. They're pimping out the black man and the black woman. They're pimps. And if you stop arguing for 1 second, pull your money, pull your resources, pull your talent together as one, and you will see a better tomorrow. But you guys are not ready to hear that. You're not ready to digest this red pill. You're ready to cry and moan about how much money this preacher has, how much money this lawyer has, how much money does LeBron have. Who cares about these guys? The owners are capitalizing on LeBron's talent. I don't need to go to school all the way till I'm 18 years old. I don't need to go to college to get a 4-year degree. I don't need to spend 2 more years to get our master's and a PhD. I don't need that. All I need is you brothers to work for me, and I would be a billionaire, because I'm just a pimp. You think student loan debt is for the rich or for the poor? You pour in the mind, you pour in the pocket, you pour to everyone else. It's a disgrace. But every day I got to walk out there and say, I'm black and I'm proud, say it loud and say, you know what? I'm one of the few people out there that goes against the norm and goes against the narrative as black is bad, because it's a bunch of BS. And you walking around here just because a counselor at school told you ain't going to be nothing, or your parents told you ain't going to be nothing, or you're going to be just like your daddy, or just like your mommy, or whatever it is. Whatever your circumstances is, someone else got it worse. Someone else has a worse struggle than you. You can't come into this world and start crying because your skin it's not like the norm. You need to walk out there and say, I'm black and I'm proud. Say it loud. Clean up your community. Clean up yourself. Clean up your attitude. Clean up your behavior. Clean up your mind. Own what you produce. Take responsibility for you and only you. and collectively, as a whole, stop looking at each other as the person you distrust, someone you don't like, someone you want to bash. Everyone else is bashing us. Why do we need ourselves to bash us? When you see someone that's bashing us, that looks like us, call them out. We need solutions to this problem. And it can start today. It can start anytime we want to, because we've been here the longest. And the same game, same structure has been in place for us. And the only thing we do is feed this economy because we're too stupid to realize that our mindset is what's holding us back. I want a better tomorrow. I want to come from the bottom and go all the way to the top. I want us to keep our money. I want the higher ups to spend their money for a change. This dependent nature, at one point, do we remove our mouths from the bosoms of this white supremacy? You are a grown man and you still are sucking the titty. You are a grown woman sucking the titty of this society. S-T-O-P. Stop it. Reset the button of your mind. If I had a choice, I would Control Alt Delete a lot of you out there. Because we cannot progress if two people are arguing. When you argue, it creates two fools. Is this a 6? Is this a 9? No, it's a G. We have a new breed of people out there. On bottom to the top. Let the higher up spend their money and let us keep our money. I'm out.